So
Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
we
Come
are
on, let's
back
do it.
with our
Let's do
second
it.
dev stream for 1.0. Obviously, we're really excited. I hope everything looks all right. We got our little technical issues worked out. Let me know if anybody's not loud enough. I know, hey, and I do apologize, everybody. I know everybody got really excited about seeing Minimal and Maximal.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're gone now. It's
In
just Madmole
stereo.
now.
Just
So
Yeah,
Madmole.
I know.
yeah.
Sorry. I know. Everybody's going to be very sad about
Madmole
this
is
for a
all
while.
you need.
Well, you forgot the other last one. It was Little Richard.
Little Richard.
Little
Okay.
Richard. Woo!
So, how does Madmole sound to everybody? Is he right volume? We good?
Check one. How am I doing? Can you hear me?
Are we good? You all
Come
sound
on,
great.
let's do it.
Okay.
Do it
Cool.
What?
now.
All right.
Right.
What about
Well,
me? Do I sound okay?
you sound
Sounds
kind
a
of
little
loud to
quiet.
me.
Joel is low. He's quiet. All right.
Right.
Crank
What?
me up,
Joel's
dude.
quiet. Okay. It'll take 2 seconds to fix that, everybody. Let's get this all good before we start really talking about
Oh, he
this
said
stuff.
Rick is loud. Rick is loud. Okay.
So
And
here,
Joel
how
is
about
quiet.
this? How about this? We'll
Testing 1, 2.
yeah.
Eat the microphone. Or they won't hear
Testes.
you.
1, 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
And
Rick is too loud.
I will turn Rick down
Oh,
just a tiny
jeez,
bit.
Rick.
Okay.
Last time
Can
they
you guys hear
couldn't
me?
hear me.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear
Joel's
everybody?
quiet. Hello. When is Rick not loud?
Everybody good?
True.
Are we good
And
to go on?
loving it.
Can you guys hear me? Madmole needs to go 6 decibels.
I'm
Rick
at
minus
5.
6 dB.
There. What about
Rick's
8?
way too loud. Joel
Oh well,
not loud.
I can put this back
Yeah, that's fine.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's bendable.
Oh, come on, cat.
Okay. So are we good, everybody? We said we'd like to move on. You know.
Richard loud, Joel quiet.
Okay.
Hello.
Is
that any
still
better? Better.
still good?
Okay. I feel like we're
Trainer
good to
Joel
go,
is
everybody.
in the house.
Woo! So,
Straight.
as you know, I don't really think I have to introduce him, but Rick and Joel are here, and actually, I'm gonna let Richard. He's gonna do some talking.
Oh well, we're gonna.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, so hey, welcome everybody to DevStream 2. We're happy to be here to promote version 1 of 7 Days to Die that's coming out. Well, the experimental's coming out. We're targeting June 21st with public for streamer weekend beginning and public experimental on June 24th. And the latter half of July we'll have stable and console release. That's what we're targeting, barring something exploding. But right now we're feeling pretty good about it. The game's playing great, and we're really anxious to get it into the hands of everybody. So for those of you who haven't heard, 7 Days is leaving early access. We're going into 1.0. We've posted a comprehensive FAQ and video on our website, YouTube channel covering the roadmap and why we're leaving early access and some of the other changes coming to console and PC. Also, after that, if you missed the last dev stream, we covered a number of features. There's a YouTube channel video that's been posted that covers the new character system, armor, challenge system, vehicles, score, writable, upgradable player chests, plants, optimizations, dew collector changes and improvements for water, demolition, zombie, updated animals, and zombie variants. So, but we have some other topics tonight. We're going to get on to DevStream 2. Before we get into DevStream 2 topics tonight, I wanted to do a shameless plug for if you go to merch.thefunpimps.com, we have an official merch store that has a number of items. There are more items coming. You know, I don't want to spoil too much, but we've got a couple of U2 figures launching with after stable that we're quite excited about, and some other merch opportunities. Tonight we'll be covering random gen and improvements to it, the world creation speed, and the editor improvements. More believable roads that go around towns, distribution of POIs. There's a ton of improvements that have been made. Sean Liptick has carried the torch because many of you know that our colleague and friend Robert Deschong. He passed away in December. Who was we want to we're putting a plaque in the game on the Deschong Tower for him and pay homage to him. But Sean has picked up the torch, carried Robert's and progressed Random Gen and done a bunch of improvements there. We are, see what else are we doing tonight. We're doing improvements to progression. We did a ton of those to make the game play better and have better progression. We're going to be showing off some of the best POIs coming to 1.0. Legendary crafting. We're going to be talking about updates to Trader VO, a Q&A, and we're going to do another live stream next Friday night, and it's going to be us playing the game. So you'll get a more of a hands-on look. So without further ado, let's take it to Lathan to show off some of the features and improvements to Random Gen.
Sure. Here, let's click over here. So everybody, we can look at the Random Gen previewer. Let's if I can actually click it. Ooh, it looks kind of fancy now. So we have biome layouts now. You can, as usual. Oh, hold on. I was told to point this out. Burnt Forest is back. So
Yes.
there's that. Yeah, Burnt Forest. I see some excitement in chat. So that's back. You can change some stuff around, as you would expect. But let's just play around with it for a minute. How about we just leave it all and let's go ahead and generate, so I can show you something.
There's
How fast it is, for one.
Yeah, you can generate an 8K map in like 45 seconds on a sort of, it doesn't have to be a supercomputer. It could be like a decent computer. That one's really cool.
Okay, well, I mean, it takes like 60 seconds, so... I know, I should have had like some elevator music ready.
Depending on your hardware, I think it was about a minute on mine. I have a pretty top-of-the-line computer from about 3.5 years ago still, with a 2080 Ti card and...
Okay, 42 seconds. Boom!
42 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah. So here, let's go take a look.
Look at that.
Let's go take a look. Now, I need to check my notes real quick, because I have notes on this about what the colors mean. Or actually, one of you could talk about it while I fly around a little bit.
So one of the things we changed about it is we've made the default layout a central forest, and the reason for that is it's a starting biome for progression, and from there it goes out to the other biomes, and you can have a reasonable travel distance when you're doing connecting trade routes for the trader quests. And so we're trying to make it so the default way to play for a lot of folks, they don't get travel fatigue if they don't have like a helicopter on by the time they need to go to the second biome, you know. And
the other benefit to that is, you know, you've got a fairly short run to anywhere in the world versus, well, if you spawn up north and you have something south, so you can get to any biome in about a 1.5 kilometer trip will kind of get you center to center in most cases.
For those that are more daring or adventurous and played enough vanilla, Sean has added center wasteland circle biomes arranged like a pie chart, a line, which is kind of like a layer cake.
Well, here, I can show them that in a second. Why don't we talk about, what all these colors mean and things like that.
So colors.
So
light blue is rural district, yellow is industrial, darker blue I think is commercial, gray is downtown, and green is residential.
So that's
red
those.
is traders, white is wilderness.
Yeah.
And there's improved
See,
road smoothing, way more wilderness POIs in the world, larger cities. What else we got here?
I mean, that's a lot of it. I mean, you can see here. Let me go see if I can find them. They said you can see the spawn points on the map. But...
Spawn points are small X's.
Yeah, there's really small X's, but you gotta. Yeah, they said what it was, but anyway, for the most part, you see everything. I know they told me where to look, but man, life of me. I thought it was next to one of these wilderness buildings.
Spawn points in the forest can be seen when zoomed into the map. They are small
Oh,
X's
oh,
on
oh!
country roads.
There
If
it
you
is. Boom! I
so they're
found it.
so it
Oh, they're
tries.
tiny.
Yeah, the little checker
So you
X.
can see that, so you could pre-generate a world and say, I like that if you're running a server, or you just are very particular and say, I don't want to play a long game without finding that I like the world layout.
Okay, so here, let me do a line. So I'm gonna generate this one.
So another benefit to having the central forest is if you only want to build one base, I was able to hit a biome, do a few quests during the day, and return back to my central forest biome base. So that's instead of having to build bases all over the map, you don't have to. The distance is reasonable.
So if you're trying to like figure out like what's the right map for me, if you're a real casual player, maybe you want to generate a 6K map because you're only playing co-op. If you're playing with 4 players and you want a larger map, generate 8K. So there's more traders, more larger cities per sort of scale of the map, if you will. And of course, if you're running oh, that's pretty cool. That's kind of the sideways layer cake. So
Yeah.
the whole, you call that line. So line will flip it one of 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah.
And so it'll progress from the least difficult to the most difficult biomes in a layer cake stack, if you will.
Yep.
And he has Wasteland Center. The classic is still in for, it's more of a large central city, bad area, stay away from it, and you'd circle around it and
I need to stop
move
touching
through.
that.
Awesome.
Sorry, keep going. But yeah, you can play with some numbers here. We'll just touch a few. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. Circle. Okay, let's try that one.
Someone was saying they couldn't hear Rick now.
Oh well. Well, maybe I need to eat my mic after we.
Damn, I can hear him.
Now is it better?
No,
All right.
I can hear you.
I shouldn't have said that. It was one guy.
I'll pull it
It's
back.
one guy. Everyone else now is deaf.
No, don't eat the mic. All right.
Nice.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited about Random Gen, and Sean is tearing it up on it. He's really improved the speed. Actually,
They did some smoothing on the trails through the roads. It was unbelievable how nice the little trails up in the mountains are now. That's just one little thing I had to say because I was so blown away when I first saw that.
He's also done some improvements to the algorithm that places POIs. So he's done some performance things. So POIs have a weight to them, and when it places a large POI, a big tier 5 that's heavy in cost to performance, it tries to place it lower cost POIs around it, so you'd have more remnants. And the level design team has done a lot of efforts to make more a remnant type style POIs. So not every POI that you enter has got a ton of zombies. There'll be more remnants. There's plenty of questable POI still, but to give the game more variety and to balance performance, and those things have been done, and in a joint effort. So we're pretty excited about those results. They've done a lot of work on downtown, and they're working on industrial. It's my understanding. So they're going to make more remnants there was plenty of remnants for basically housing districts like commercial, residential old and residential new. I think had a bit of that, but they're hitting those sort of districts that have the larger POIs that tend to challenge the performance of the game a little bit more. And with that content creation paired with the algorithm change, has resulted in a lot of good efforts towards performance for everybody.
Okay. So
well, another thing I like about that is all the new remnants just makes it feel more like a wasteland. There's a lot of these burnt and really smashed up buildings that just look super cool. So visually, it adds something to it, I think.
And they're fun to explore too, or take over and make it your base for the night if you want. That's always been a good loop in the game since early alphas.
Yep.
Okay, so after this, do we want to move on to talking about progression? And with
Yeah,
that, why don't you give me a second? Let me load into a world so we can see some things.
I think
Um,
that's
Okay.
good. That's a good idea.
I
Uh,
started another one generating, so we might as well just let it happen.
so I'll introduce it and Joel take over. So
Sure.
at a high level, you know, we continue to improve progression every alpha, and we've always said, well, if there's something that circumvents progression or allows players to skip over large sections of progression, we always view that as sort of a design that needed work or some improvements to it. And we, you know, if you, like the introduction of uh, stages in the game, so that you know sales stage and things like that would align. So you'd always want to get a little bit better loot than what you could loot than what you could craft, or a little better, or craft something possibly better than you could loot, so you'd have something to strive for, and without skipping huge sections of the game. And to that end, Joel and Alan have done a lot of, and Lathan have done a lot of work in there. So take it away, Joel.
Thanks, Rick.
Hey,
So,
hold on, real fast. Everybody,
yep.
we can hold off on the questions. We are not going to be doing a Q&A at this point. So spamming the questions over and over again, it's not going to get it answered. We'll definitely try to find a time to do it. So, okay, sorry, go ahead, Joel. Just
All right. So, you know, we've done a ton of work to progression, like Rick said. Some of the biggest thing that stuck out to me was how, you know, I got a trader reward one day, and it was like, okay, I just went from a brown pipe shotgun to like a purple pump shotgun, and I skipped 2 whole tiers, and I was like, we got to fix this. So we really took a big look at real close look at trader rewards, and we tuned those in. They're not as good now as what they were. So if you're expecting to get all this crazy rewards, no. And we kind of cut the amount of dukes you get in half. And so part of it was the economy, you know, because by day 20 we were almost in game. You know, and that's advanced players and stuff, but playing a couple guys playing multiplayer together, and we just this is way too fast. So in a couple of long games we've done, we two guys that know what they're doing kind of get fairly in game by about day 70 or 80 now versus day 20 to 30. So the game is longer, and we've really made an effort to get you a lot of micro updates along the way. So you're going to be doing a lot more crafting. There's still good loot out there, but you know we do a lot of there's a lot of crafting, a lot of parts. We kind of reworked a lot of the weapons too. I believe we might have did some of this in 21. I'm not for 100% sure, but I know for certain now that there's no overlaps in any guns. So when you go from a quality 6 stone axe into your first crude quality the brown pickaxe, the pickaxe is always better. So there's not any of this overlap anymore. There was a slight bit of overlap before. But so the progression on the items is more linear and more consistent across the board now too. Um, you know, I'm trying to think what else we did to it, but overall, you know, it just plays really good. We've slowed it down. You're not gonna jump up a ton of tiers on any one item now. You'll be looking for the parts, looking for the resources. We've tuned in almost every micro ingredient. Like even cloth now is like used to be a nothing, but now you're going to be, oh, I need cloth just so I can make enough duct tape, so I can make enough this or that. You know, there's all these you know, little gates you could call them, but they're good gates. It's not a good game when you're just totally abundant in stuff. So we you know we reduced the amount of meds that you found. You know, like I was like, hey, look, I'm day 10 and I've got enough meds for 10 guys to last 2 months. You know, we're just swimming in so much stuff. So
Always available with a painkiller or a
yeah,
antibiotic before. Yeah.
and now you're just like, it's just a little bit of a struggle. Everything's a little bit of a struggle. You can get what you need And as far as the economy goes, you can buy what you really need, but you can't buy everything you want. That's for sure. And it's just like, oh, there's so much stuff I want to buy, and but you don't have enough money. So perking into the bartering perks can help you there, and it just feels a lot more balanced and really on par with kind of the vision we've had for this game for so long. So it's just I'm I'm having a blast playing it, and I'm already on my third long game now, where I went really late on two long playthroughs, and I'm testing out various builds, and they're feeling really satisfying. And it's just like, man, this is. I think you guys are gonna really love what we've done. It's just we touched almost everything, like the loot, the trading, bartering, crafting. We've updated the a lot of recipes and stuff, and then the whole armor system comes into play. It's just the whole thing. It just feels like there's so many things you want and so much stuff to get. It's like I just have a dopamine hit constantly in this game because
We
you're getting all these little updates. So
we touched the trader biomes order. So Rect is in the forest, Jen is in burnt, Bob is in the desert, Hugh is in snow, and Joel's in the wasteland. And that's the opening trade routes. I think was what we called it historically.
right, and they will always send you to the next biome now. So the progression is very predictable. Instead of I'm just got sent to Trader Rec number 2 in the same biome, it doesn't do that anymore. So it's always going to go. Rec will send you to Jen, Jen sends you to Bob, Bob sends you to Hugh, and Hugh sends you to Joel. So it's a lot more predictable, and it lets us kind of run the game how it needs to be run, so that players, you're going to see a lot more content the way we're doing it now. You could just sit in one biome forever. You can still do that if you choose, but just if you follow the natural progression, you're gonna see a lot more real estate, and the progression of difficulty is going to feel better.
Yeah, and with that difficulty comes better, higher loot stage and higher game stage. So with the risk comes the reward.
Right, like I got sent to the desert, and I was doing tier 3s in the desert, and I wasn't very high level yet. And it was like I got my butt kicked, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do some tier 3s back in the forest and the burnt forest for a little while, and I'm gonna stay out of that other one because I just wasn't quite ready for it. So it kind of had to tuck my tail between my legs and go back. And I think I posted a screenshot, but I had all these crits and I almost died, and I was like biking home in the middle of the night. I just said, I'm going, I'm not going to stay any longer because I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've just been loving it. This is, I say it every time, and I mean it every time, but this is the best build we've ever made.
Another thing that's happened is that quest progression has improved, so you get higher tier quests offered with each trader as you progress, but you can roll back to choose a lower tier quests if you want to now.
Right. So if you want to, you're doing tier 3s. I don't have time for another tier 3 today. I'm gonna do. There's only an hour of daylight left. I'm gonna grab a tier 1 and see if I can get that done in 1 hour. There's like one 300 meters away. I'm gonna knock that out. So you can make that choice, and do the lesser tiers that you've unlocked.
I have some notes here about armor for progression, where quality determines perk level. Now, does that ring a bell, Joel?
Okay. Right. Yeah. So the quality of each armor dictates the magnitude of the perk. So, like a brown mining glove might give you 10% more harvest, and each one's probably a 10% increment, and the legendary bumps up even more than 10%. Usually that's like a 20% jump, something like that. It depends on what the perk is. We couldn't do consistent on everything because some stuff is just geared different, but generally that's the formula that we followed when we created all this stuff. So it gives you, not only does the higher quality armor give you more protection, but you get better perks with it. And then of course the bonus perk, when you collect all 4 pieces and equip them all of a matching set, that scales up too. So if you have a full legendary outfit, the perks are pretty awesome. and it gives the player a lot to strive for. And we found ourselves, in the early game, you'll be mixing and matching, but as you get into crafting and you get set up with a workbench to where you can craft your own armor, you'll be probably wearing a matching set to get all the bonuses. But it's pretty awesome.
Hey, I do want to point out something because I've been kind of moving around while you've been talking. For any of you seeing any sort of stutter, that's because I'm now using the stream machine for this. So it's sending my picture over to another machine and then doing it. So you might see a slight bit. Me playing the game, there is no stutter whatsoever. So I know there was like a hitch for half a second, but that wasn't on my end.
It runs better than it ever has on my PC.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Even on hordes, and I play co-op. I have one client connected, and we have 24 zombies apiece, so we've got 48 alive banging on our door, and it's still running fine for us. But I have a really high-end computer, and his is medium end, and it still runs good for him. But I'm running the server too, so
mine's medium end, and it runs pretty darn good, on high ultra settings. Well, you want to go back into the editor real quick, or main menu?
I can.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to show the trader.
Do you want to go
show some VO?
Well, no, wait, no, real quick. So I know we covered.
What are we doing?
So we'll do that later. That's later in the agenda here.
Okay,
but I think since Alan and Joel have done some work on character presets, let's just glance over character presets to give them, people who missed the last stream, we'll give them a quick overview. That's looking really cool.
Go to options.
Oh, sure.
Real quick, let's just show
options.
Yeah, click through some of these. We showed this last stream, but these are some of the presets that are being worked on to show you how much variety. Now these are not mix and match at this point. I think these are full character sets, right? Most of them, and most of them don't have their headgear.
Yeah, these look like full sets for the most part.
With minus headgear.
Minus the helmet, just so you can see their face, obviously.
But you can see the breadth
what happened to him?
Variety of this character system. You can mix and match. Like, for example, if you took that guy, you could put a nerd. You could change the outfits
from the. Manny.
Stop at Manny. All right, so you could take Manny's boots or his legs or his chest or his gloves and keep one piece of those 4 pieces headgear. I guess it's really like legs and torso together in this. And then click on the next one, and you could say, I want to use the torso pants from the farmer set here, which is what that one is. You can mix and match those. And so there's 16 full sets of 4 with male and female topography, if you will, conforming to the kind of bodies of a male or female. But some of the females, which we pointed out in the last stream, are unique. Like the Enforcer one has got a unique set for a female. It's a female blazer, and it's a different color, it's a different cut, it's a different model.
Right.
Cool. I mean,
anyway, I thought we'd show that, but
I'll leave some for them to see.
Yeah, there's a ton of content there, and a ton of options, with it. If you should not be missing the old UMA setup for gameplay, loot, or visuals.
No, we kind of created an entire new light armor set, and that kind of replaces all the clothing. So it's kind of still that represented, but so we have the light, and then we made the old light armors kind of like medium, and then the heavy is heavy. So we have 3 different armor classes now.
So yeah, no, it's amazing stuff. So let's go into POIs now. Go into editing tools, world editor, and I want to give a shout out to the level design team who has.
Wait, the world editor?
No, level editor.
Yeah. Okay.
those guys kill it every alpha. They've done 75 brand new POIs and updates to old POIs. There's some new triggering systems. There's a lot more than we're able to cover in this stream that they've done. First off, I want you to load up school_03. If you go over to there,
Oop.
school.
I
Okay,
got it.
so this is designed to fill the gap in schools that we've had, and it's also a tier 5, which he wanted to school. And this is Eric von Rothkirch's work. He's a colleague that's been, I've worked with him for years, and he's does amazing work. He always seems to surprise me what can be done with the voxel engine with his work. And this is a tier 5 that's coming. So you can fly around a little bit. I don't think there's any surprises that he's noted that he doesn't want me to show. We're not going to play him tonight, but we're going to give you a tease. You can fly around a little bit and see kind of what some of the interior and exterior look like.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to go more on the roof or anything because there could be some surprises up there. I'm going to stay kind of lower, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, just go
Yeah.
into, if you want to go in a few rooms, I think that's fine. This is in the editor, so you don't get to see it kind of like in world view, which kind of,
Actually, where's the entrance? Let me go find the.
oh, over there, there's a quest marker in the back. You were over there
Okay.
behind you.
Okay, I'll fly around. I'll fly around. Okay.
So we've also done some improvements for the big POIs to improve spawning, so that the volume that used to need 20 guys could repopulate it over a little bit of time frame to keep the frame rate higher, but yet keep the challenge up. And the tier 4s and 5 POIs, the guys that the highest population volumes, they've also hit that, so that performance in cities and playing a large POI is well, the lag is gone, and unless you've got about an 8-year-old dad's hand-me-down laptop, and you're trying to, if you got a decent PC, you're gonna have a good time.
Hey,
If
for
you're on,
those saying put in school buses, these cars are not the actual cars that'll be there. These are helpers. They will generate random cars, buses included. So just a note. We are in the editor, so
it's probably the short bus, so I don't. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but these are random helpers, so they are gonna spawn just random vehicles. It will
They're
not
not all
just be
white.
white cars. Yeah,
Yeah, they're not all white. They're not all white cars.
That's what you get for showing it in the editor.
Yeah, we could have played it in the playtest, just not went inside.
Well, you can play from here too if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
You could
I mean, we could
hit that,
part of it.
and there'd
Yeah.
be all the cars. It'd be random pickups and whatnot.
here. Let's just take 2 seconds.
You want to play a little bit of it?
Well, I mean, I won't go in. I'll just fly around it just like I did, but so they can see what it'll look like, kind of in game.
I don't think he cares if you're going in. You're not going to spoil everything.
Yeah.
If you go in and look at a couple rooms or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, overall, let's see. Where is it?
I don't need items. I'll be fine. I ain't scared.
Well, yeah, you're in God mode, right?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Run in and punch him in the
So
face.
there's
Gonna go in there with fists and just
more than 75 new POIs coming to 1.0. 5 new tier 5s. We have 2 hotels, Haven Hotels and 7-day suites. A football stadium we're going to show part of in a bit here. School 03, which we're looking at currently. Theater Stage 01, which is the Minotaur Theater, which is one of my personal favorites. There's 6 tier 4s, but there's over 75 new POIs coming to 1.0.
Now I could be wrong, and maybe these were added in 21, but I'm seeing a lot of roadside. I think they're roadside tiles, and they have like water features. Like we ran into this bridge that had a big chunk blown out, and it was all clogged up with cars, and that was kind of like a building opportunity and it's all surrounded by like a river or lake. I mean, so you either have to drive around it or clear it and then rebuild it, and that's what we did because we got tired of driving around it. And there's like zombies spawning, and I've seen several of these. So they're like small things, but to me they're kind of a really big thing. They're super cool and add a lot of immersion on your travels, like the roadside checkpoints. Those are super cool too, and a big pain in the butt until you kind of like go in and clear it, and then you can open it up and then pass through it.
I know I've added a few new tiles to this build cycle, and I don't have those in front of me, and they're continuing to add new ones as they see like opportunities and ideas that come up that, you know, allow those things to happen, you know, overpasses, underpasses. Yeah, there's a one with a waterway you're talking about that might be new.
Okay,
So,
now I might
yeah.
be going too far. Let me just jump
Yeah.
out the window.
So let's move on to another one. Let's move on to theater_stage_01. This is designed for the T downtown tiles, so it, you know,
Give me
it
a
has
second.
it has an iconic look. We had a prototype POI that Alexander made. It's been a few years ago for this really vintage theater, and it was always a really cool POI, but the scale was a massive undertaking to do. But I always loved the idea of it, and Eric finally
Theater Stage 01, you said?
theater_stage01, yep. So he finally got some more assets and took on the side. He made this update here, and it's kind of like where you would do plays, and it's kind of a vintage theater vibe. There's a really cool kind of set that looks like kind of a fake little city set where you could path in around this sort of theater set, and we have some booth seating or theater seating kind of, you know, assets and some other stuff that went in to make this a lot more possible.
Yeah, I think we played this the other day. It was pretty cool.
It's called the Minotaur. If you go up and look at the sign.
Yeah.
So this is designed to be kind of a retro theater that you might see that it's a tier 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, that looks, wow. Looks really good.
Yeah, I think I was blown away by all the theater seating when we got into that main.
Yeah, it looks
main
great.
area. I was like, whoa, this is just so cool.
This stage and theater seating, I think you could fly in and give them a tease of that aspect if you want. You know, of course.
With the theater seating?
Yeah, and just the stage. Show them the stage and theater seating. Oh, look at that. This is not where I want to be. Not without being well armed.
You can do it.
You might have to ghost through it or something.
I might have to because I'm not seeing the.
Let's not spoil the path.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of clip through the wall and go in there, just so they can see all the seating.
Let me go outside real quick because I am. Okay.
Keep going. So there's yeah. So if you go down there, you can see there's a little kind of old.
There you go.
Really nice theater seating. It has, you know.
I'm not turning around. There's some cool thing happened, and I don't want to spoil it. But hey, there's theater seating, everybody.
Anyway, the stage is exciting and cool, and the player can, you know, get to enjoy that and navigate around, and in that, you know, when they encounter the Minotaur coming to 1.0.
Sorry, everybody.
All right,
I said I would try not to spoil
Minotaur zombie confirmed, right?
Yeah. So Hotel_03. This is made by Hernan. This is this large modern 5-star hotel. It's called 7 Days Suites. Backstory: by the time of the outbreak, the hotel was holding a convention, and people got trapped inside, never able to leave. Of interest, there's a back area with tennis court, swimming pool, rooftop lobby.
Who would want to leave, right?
Oh, I don't. He's got another note here, but I think I'm gonna let people. I don't want to tell them that. That's kind of sounds fun to let them find that themselves. Hernan wanted me to spoil something, but I'm not going to.
I'm
There's
not
an event
doing
that
it.
there's an exciting event that's triggered in this thing. I'll just how about that?
Yep, there wasn't one in the last one. Y'all heard wrong. We're not giving anything away here.
So this is just like tip of the iceberg for the amount of work these guys have done.
Oh,
this
yeah.
cycle.
Yeah, they do so much. It's
Oh,
insane.
look at that bad boy, the 7 days suites.
Oh, that's so
I want,
awesome looking.
I want to stay there,
Yeah.
Build it, and they will come.
except for when that scary event happens that I can't talk about.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, maybe it's not scary. Maybe it's a good
Oh,
event.
what's going on?
Yeah, something was happening. I didn't want to stare at it. I'm trying not to give anything away as we look at these. But as you can tell, everybody, the level designers have added a lot of cool events that happen using the trigger system. So
the trigger system has gotten more love and has even more flexibility, and the guys have gotten even better at using it. So
yeah,
Nice.
the
that
creative
wasn't
juices are,
stability. That was something actually triggered.
That was a trigger event. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So
I don't think I've done this one yet. I can't wait to find it and do it. It looks awesome. Is this a tier 5 then?
yes, it is.
yeah,
Nice.
So
fly a
not for
little
the
bit.
not for the meek. You better be like
No.
level 25 and have a arm to the teeth, have some fort bites,
Yeah, level 50 more like it these days.
packed with fort bites.
Level 25 isn't what you remember it to be, Rick.
Well, that's true. We have another thing about progression is that we did scale the enemy health a little bit because we thought as in general it was a little bit too light. It didn't scale well
Yeah.
with parties of like 2, 3, 4 people.
No, it was way too easy. So it's way more of a challenge now, and I think players are going to love it. And, the thing is, you're going to catch up to it. You might not be able to be doing tier 5s, at level 25 anymore, but when you're level 50, yeah,
We
you can start
we
tackling them.
we fixed and found a bug to do with party game staging too that had to do with going
That's
into
right.
POI, and that I likely will be a nice welcome game changer if the game has been if you're used to playing in co-op and doing well and you're breezing through the game and you're cranking it up on insane always run or something, you might take a pause. It might challenge you more than it used to, appropriately
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Everybody's going to get wrecked when it first comes out, and then a month later they'll be like, it's too easy. Like, it kind of happens a lot. But no,
Yeah,
we
it does.
seriously, it is a lot harder. You have to be a little more careful. It's still doable. It's, and there's difficulty settings. That's what that's for. So there might be an adjustment period, but it's not horrible. I'm still playing on above average. I'm playing above the defaults.
Oh, look at that, another
difficulty.
triggered event.
No, I opened
So-
that. I pressed.
Oh,
on
you
that.
opened that. So,
well, I mean,
so
it
let's
was triggered.
let's load up another one. Then this is another one from Mr. Hernan. It's called Remnant _ skyscraper 04. It's called the Meridian Center. It's a downtown POI under construction and building complex. Meridian Center was supposed to hold off offices. Wow, he's got a nice story back here. Services and more, but construction stopped due to the outbreak and never resumed. Of interest.
Nice.
Exploration, parkour, cranes, loot, park on the side, and the statues.
Is it 05? Wait, 04.
So this is meant to be a remnant skyscraper. If that makes sense, it doesn't make sense to people to think, well, remnant skyscraper, what's that? Well, basically it's something of size, but it's meant to be lower in performance than like a tier 5 skyscraper might be, like or like that hotel we just looked at, which is heavier in performance. And so you can explore it, but it's basically kind of a big remnant, and but you can find cool stuff in it and enjoy it, but it's not meant to be the questable zombie experience. It's meant to be a remnant. So
I've actually been enjoying playing a lot of the ruins and remnants that the game Alpha 22 1.0 has to offer. It's just
Joe Brothers Builders is still kind of a healthy company, apparently. They made this.
all those shadows are great. Look at that. those little mannequins. Excellent
That's
lighting.
part of it.
Use of lighting there. Great.
That's
Oh,
I
Yeah,
think
this
that's
was
what
the
I'm
way
talking
to
about.
go in.
All these ruins, and you have to figure out jump tricks, and I find these
yeah.
very enjoyable.
He
And
mentioned parkour, like this is kind of like a, for us old schoolers, it's a platformer more.
yeah, these are a lot of fun, and I think people are going to like them. And they run good because they're just not a million windows and all the other things that are in a huge office building that's completed or whatever. So, but it's just it's different. I really like what he's done with this. There's so much variety to 7 days. That's, I think, the main thing I'm trying to say here is.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go. I can. Yeah.
The guys have mentioned that they're close to like they toppled. If you don't count like say remnants and tiles, they've toppled 750 unique locations in the game with this alpha with the 1.0. Try to process that 750 locations in the game.
I think I had about 10,000 hours in Unity, and I just hit 9,000 hours on Steam, and I'm still finding new POIs all the time. So that tells you something.
And they're still working to fill gaps that they see in data gaps, like, oh, we need more commercial remnants, we need more tier 5s because people like doing sort of the raid quests, if you will, for that require a couple people, and so we're still looking at that data, and they're still filling those voids, and the goal has always been to kind of, I think Eric has set a goal of like hit 1,000 POIs, and so
What's the next one? Yeah, I
we're
hit
gonna
some sort of event, so I wanted to move on.
all right. So go. Well, you can stay in there if you want, but let's take an
Let's do it.
intermission and give Joel a chance to talk a little bit more about. I think the next thing up was
Legendary.
legendaries. Yeah.
All right. So you guys have been asking for years and years now, when can we craft legendary items? Well, now you can. So the way we decided to approach this was very higher tier difficult quest. Either the trader reward or in loot chest rewards will offer you a one offer. It could possibly be a reward. You might find it. They're kind of rare, but it's a legendary crafting component. And depending on what tier of weapon you have, the number of legendary crafting components to craft that item goes up. So like a primitive, I think, takes one, where a tier 4 top tier, auto shotgun's probably going to take 4 of those legendary components. If I'm not 100% sure on that, so if I'm off on the numbers, sorry. Right, but you could probably check the recipe here. Actually, go to.
Well, I need
crafting,
the. Let me grab the magazines
book.
for it.
Grab the magazine. Okay. But yeah, and then armor. So basically, you can craft legendary weapons, tools, and armor now. So.
Oh gosh, isn't there a book that? Hold on.
Yeah, that's enough.
Isn't there that book that makes it where I don't want to click this 100 times?
Yeah, I know there's a cheat code, but Alan's probably
one?
screaming at you. What?
There we go.
Wait, what's that say? There you go.
Got it.
Yeah, read that sucker.
Okay.
You don't need to get rid of those. Come on, just read the damn penguin.
Hey, I want to keep it clean. Okay. So there is the auto shotgun tier 6.
All right. So how many parts is required? Just one?
Just one.
Maybe I'm wrong. So it's all the other stuff that scales. So I know for sure, like some more primitive stuff, the recipes kind of change. Yeah. See, like I think if you scale the quality on the auto shotgun, you're gonna see. Yeah. So it's like some components completely drop out. So as the complexity and quality improve, the crafting recipe intensifies. Where you need harder to get stuff, more parts, et cetera, et cetera. There you go. Yeah. So you need a legendary part for that. So they're pretty hard to find. I'm probably I'm on day 20, and I think I have one sitting in my toolbox. But on our last longer game, they were piling up. where we could have crafted quite a bit of good stuff with them, and we did end up crafting full legendary outfits for both of us.
You had a 70, 80 hours or something in that one, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. It was like
yeah.
day 70, I think, and it was right on day 70 we crafted legendary outfits for each of us. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. You know, it just gives you that extra push to go into those harder POIs. You can't just grind out mats and get these. You got to go into those hard POIs. I think tier 4s and 5s are the only ones that, and 6s are the only ones that give you a chance to drop these. Oh no, there's a real rare chance you can find them in the armor loot. So I'm pretty sure like the laundry baskets and washing machines, there's just a super low chance you could get one, but I think I found one in there just once too. So, but the best way to get them is to risk your neck and go in and do some hard POIs. So anyhow, it's pretty exciting. So you're not going to have to just wait for the random gods to give you one or have one turn up for sale, and the traders aren't going to be handing out legendary items anymore for some reward. It's just not going to happen. So you'll have to really work for them, which to me that makes the game 1,000 times better. Anytime you work for something, that feeling of accomplishment, it's just a better experience for everybody.
It is for sure. So you want to let's go back to at least if you Joel can talk more about legendaries if he has more thoughts on that. Load up
got it. That's good.
Okay.
Load up Army Camp 07 _ camp.
Okay.
_
Give me just a minute.
So this
you
one.
Can put Rick back on. He's talking now, Lathan.
Sure.
Where did that show live for me?
Okay, well, I still have to load it up, so just give me a moment. You said 07.
Yeah, Army _ camp _ 07. Its name is the Blue Mountain Installation. It's a tier 4. It's a wilderness POI. It's 100 by 100. You can see that. Look at that sculpting work done with the terrain tools, and Arrow's done some amazing work here, obviously. So this is a tier 4 awesome army camp. There's a bunker underneath. There's a mountain. It started off as a Unity train stamp, then edited using Sean's terrain sculpting. Yep, pretty cool stuff. Inspiration is a real place called the Cheyenne Mountain Complex that if you wanted to Google that, that's what he said was his inspiration for it. Anyway, fly in there a little bit more. This looks cool.
Is this spawned in random gen too?
Yeah, this is.
Wow. How do they? I can't even imagine how they put that in. It just fits right into a stamp?
It's a 100 by 100 wilderness district tile.
Yeah, I was just wondering how that mountain's seamlessly integrated with the random terrain mountain without having, but that's cool. They figured it out.
Yep.
So it looks a little bit like a red mesa with a mountain, which is kind of cool. I love that kind of stuff. Oh, look at that. He's got some triggering and some flashy red lights. What could go wrong?
Yeah, this is probably a good place to stop moving. There's probably something in there.
Go back outside and look at that mountain sculpt. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That's awesome. So for those who like army camps and bunkers, a little Half-Life 2 vibe here. This is good stuff. There's some other there's some other wilderness bunkers I've seen that are hidden little bunkers, if you will, like a little fallout shelter that's mini that are on wilderness POIs that Hernan made. He's been making a few of those that be like, oh, what did I find here out in the wilderness? And it's this little 25 by 25.
Yeah.
So there's some nice surprises like that coming to this build. Next up is a remake of the classic football stadium.
Oh God, Can't wait to see it.
So you have to stay out of the football field back end area. You know that
Not that there's anything there, everybody. We're not giving anything
Earl
away.
does not want to spoil what happens. On the field.
So there's definitely not anything there, but we're not going to go there either.
And it's 100 by 100. Scale to fit 100 marker. It looks military commandeered the athletic complex as a processing center for the infected population. So it looks like they'd be body bags, and they tried to
Oh, nice.
foreign inspired by a foreign film called The Flu. And there's a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you what the spoiler is because I don't want Earl mad. So, but I don't even know what happened there yet, but it looks cool.
It changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks
Used
really
to be a
good.
football field, and like 10 football players would spawn.
I think we're going to have plenty of time. So let's load up a third, like a backup from him called Remnant Downtown. So that one looks like it will spawn in random gen too. At least I think it probably will because it's 100 by 100. It's been accommodated to be, universal. It
Hey,
looks
which
like
one? Remnant
the
Downtown, Strip
uh
07?
Remnant Downtown Strip 07. Yeah, that one.
Wait, that's 18. Oh, there you go. Filler? 07?
Hey. Yeah,
Strip.
that's right.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
And so what he says about this is called Bruno's Boulevard. It's a tier 0, so it's a remnant that's a 42. I like the pasta. Look at that pasta sign. That's cool.
So creative.
Sendex, or what I like to call Fed Up.
Fed up.
But so Francesca, my wife, used to work at FedEx and in a kind of the business side for a while, and I used, when she was having a bad day, I would call it Fed Up. But anyway, so business trip comprised of a major shipping service, an Italian restaurant, modern hair salon, and a small tavern. Backstory: Bruno is the owner of the business trip and also runs his own Italian pasta restaurant in one of the spaces. When attending to business, he relaxes in his living quarters on the second floor above his restaurant.
Oh, that's right there.
Yeah. So watch out for Bruno. He sounds kind of creepy, Divas. Gotta love the naming that you guys come up with. And
Look at that Tim's Tavern from the corner.
there we go.
See the sign. No, see the sign that wrapped.
Yeah.
There you
Tim's
go.
Tavern.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's awesome. So, and this is designed to go in the downtown district and be something that isn't like, oh gosh, I'm getting nailed with 20 zombies every time I go into place. This one's lighter weight. It's remnant. It has a dual purpose design of not having a lot of zombies, not having a ton of loot, but being a cool place to go and explore, and also it has performance benefits in the downtown spaces.
Yeah.
So we have a couple more to show, and we're going to show off Nick's work. This is Old Mole, if you will.
Old Mole.
Old Mole. This is there. Yes, there is another. There's a couple more Hueniks that work at the same company. Old Mole.
Mini Mole, Maxi Mole, and Old Mole.
Yeah. He's not talking about Maximal or Mini Mole. He's talking about a different mole.
So Old Mole. So
which one?
The story of Old Mole. So back when Joel and Nick and I all played Quake together, Quake 1, which was like an awesome multiplayer experience, nothing like it at the time. Sorry, Halo guys, they invented multiplayer first. But anyway, we played Quake, and Joel's handle was Madmole, and Nick's handle was Old Mole, and my handle was Brown Trout. So we had silly handles, and so it stuck. It stuck to some of us. So anyway, let's load up Utility Refinery 02. This is
wasted a good portion of our lives playing Quake back in the day.
Awesome multiplayer game. Probably working in games because we like to play that game so much.
Right.
So this is a tier 4. it's a 100 by 100 Tier 4 refinery, and yeah, it looks pretty darn cool. It's got tractors, and he doesn't have a backstory, but you could make one up. Old Mole had a dream to drill it for oil, and he finally struck oil, and so he started this refinery. Where's the sign? How can I give it a backstory on the fly if I don't see the sign?
Okay, hold on, man. I was at the front for a while.
It's called Pipeline Gas Company.
Well, when he doesn't give it an original name.
So Old Mole had a dream to start Pipeline Gas Company because he always wanted to be an oil baron, and he played King Oil the board game a bunch.
And
And
old stories there too. But
and he
we're not gonna
finally
go
struck
there.
oil for real life, not just in the game. So he built Pipeline Gas Company.
So for all the level designers from our team who are watching, this is what happens when you don't give us a backstory of your POI. Rick will just make it up.
Well, I liked Earl's backstory, so I feel like I have to do it on others. So
I
it's
No,
kind
they
of
were
I
good.
think this place is on the way to Nick's house. It looks very familiar actually. So
it does kind of
yeah. There's a pipeline out that way.
very very cool industrial look.
Yeah.
Cool.
It looks pretty clean. It looks like it's an oil company, but they scrub everything with Clorox bleach or something.
Cool.
Anyway, so we have another one called Army Campo 6, and I'll let Joel make up the backstory for this one.
Oh God. You put me on the spot.
Oh, here, if we're gonna put you on the
We
spot.
never
There you go.
we never do that, do we?
Oh, your turn.
Tier
You're
four,
showing.
it's a tier 4. It's 60 by 60. Does it have a sign? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
This is
no.
Private
Moles.
Old Moles.
I went to boot camp here. Fort Leonard Wood.
Fort Lost in the Wood.
Fort Lost in the Wood, Navigating.
For those of you who've been there, that's I have a son that was a Marine. That's what he called it. That's what the Marines would call it, Fort Lost in the Woods.
I went there in 1985 boot camp. So it reminds me a bit of that.
So did Christian, your nephew. So
He went to the exact same place. Awesome.
Yeah, for a while he went there, and they called it Fort Lost in the Woods.
Yeah, I remember a little story when I was learning how to camp there. I had a little snack left over from my MRE, and I saved it, and I didn't know any better. And I went back to my tent, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I heard this rustling in my rucksack. I was like, what the hell? I turned my flashlight on, and there's a coon in there eating that little candy bar I tried to save. So lesson is when you're out in the wild, eat all your food and don't leave anything sitting in your tent, or a wild coon will eat it.
MREs is basically kind of like 3 colors of Cheese Whiz or something like that, right?
Oh, they were pretty brutal. Peanut butter loaf. And everything's a loaf. It was like turkey loaf, bean loaf. It's pretty bad. But
Rainbow Cheese Whiz.
There was like 2 meals that were good, and whenever I could, I'd snag all the good ones and leave all the shitty ones for everybody else. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take these.
So Nick, take note. This is Fort Lost in the Woods.
Fort Lost in the Woods. Did Nick built this one too?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. It looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
So there's the POIs. I don't know if there's any more backups that the guys listed. I'm going to go down to the other section that they wanted to show off.
Let me look through. Not really.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to load up the game and we could discuss a little bit. Joel did a lot of work on Trader VO, so we've.
Oh, that's right. Thousands of lines.
So
this was before AI could make it easy. These are all written by hand, like 99% of them.
So we cast 5 unique voice actors. recorded over 1,200 unique voiceover files to bring life and story and responses and fun quips to the 5 traders in the game. There's additional features. Don't worry, your favorite rec is still cast the same guy. So his amazing, cordial, charming personality is still in the game.
Yeah. As good as it always was.
Jen is also the same actress, but we have new casting for Joel, Hugh, and
hold on.
Bob.
Hey, I forgot to turn something off.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the subtitles.
Oh, okay, never mind. It is off. Okay.
So you going to Rect?
Yeah.
So
make it snappy. I gotta take a
I can't hear what he says, but
it said it was off. Here, hold on. Sorry, everybody. Real fast. Enable sub. Okay.
Well, anyway, we have a bug with subtitle system, and we're not sure if we're going to ship subtitles in the game or not, and
now
we might
that
patch
you did
it.
the job, I guess you ain't that damn bad.
So there's
after
the
all.
nice thing too is every trader does their own sort of voiceover for the announcements too.
There's opening and closing sounds are custom per trader. They have kind of like some rumors. I don't think those are wired in yet, but they're going to be.
You better
can
take
ask
this
them
job.
about these
I'm not in
rumors,
the
and they're
mood
going to
for any more of
basically
your bullshit.
talk about what they like and dislike. Maybe talk about Duke and Noah. They'll talk about the other traders.
What are you standing there
There's a little
for?
bit of
Don't you have work
rapport
to do?
going on between the traders that they're going to tell you the player as, and it's kind of some interesting side stories you can pick up on. They have kind of recognize the weather a bit, or talk about oh, it's hot out there, it's cold out there, it's weather appropriate responses. Just a lot of little stuff, or a ton of detail went into this, and it's going to make them feel a lot more fleshed out. I'm not sure what the status is if everything's in, but when all goes in, it'll definitely feel really fleshed out.
So it's going to be a lot more life than 21 and a lot more functionality. All of them have a minimum of all the unique sets and extra unique files than in parity with Trader Jen, what she had before, as far as functionality. But on top of that, we have some other functionality that's coming that's new. Some will make it in, some won't. There'll be files that will get unlocked in a patch that offer additional functionality and different voice files that you've never heard before. Likely, because we're not going to delay the entire build for everybody's waiting for it.
You know the drill,
for
asshole.
a few additional features at this point.
I'd tell you to go fuck yourself, but you did that when you didn't buy anything.
Because we can get those in later, and we think a lot of folks have been waiting for 1.0 long enough, and we think especially the console folks have been waiting long enough, and we're excited to give that to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna trigger the opening and closing.
So you get the loudspeaker opening, closing sounds, and there's a variety of them. You don't just hear the same one.
Yeah, a lot of randomization to these, and then like when you turn your quest in, those are all randomized. And then there's a special reward sound too for when you graduate to the next tier. They'll say something special when he gives you the special reward too. So
more greets than there used to be.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I went too far. What was the time again for closing?
2200. Well, they'll give you a little warning about 20 seconds before. They're going to say we're closing soon, so make your final selections, get the F out, depending on whoever the trader is. Some of them are really nice about it, and Trader Rec, how he is. So they give you a little warning when they're going to be closing soon, and then right before they close. I think it might be a little bit before 2200.
Yeah, it is. It's 2150 is what everybody.
You got enough time to make a last trade or turn in a quest, but that's about it. You get in there and get your last work done. But so
hold on, couple seconds, and it's gonna play the other one. Well, a few more seconds. Here it goes. Okay, or come on, Rect. Okay, well the closing sound's not working for Rect at the moment.
Unless it's
Oh.
5 till.
No, it's locked now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I didn't register. Okay, well it'll be fixed, everybody. That was very anticlimactic. We're all just
Maybe
kind of
'cause
waiting
you-
quietly, and then it didn't even do it.
Yeah, it's been working great for me because
Yeah.
I built my base right next to him, and he says it every night. So
So
it's pretty
Oh.
hilarious, though.
we're a little
Hold
ahead
on,
of schedule.
hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
There it went. Did y'all hear it, everybody? Okay. Anyway,
So we're a little ahead of schedule. I don't know if you wanted to go back and show a couple things that we might have shown a little bit or touched on last dev stream. I was thinking maybe did you load up a monster truck and augment it and drive in it or anything like that?
no, actually we did not.
Oh,
We
the
talked-
the
we-
new the new mini bike's in too,
Why don't you turn it
and
to daytime so they can see what's going on?
Yeah.
and I think it has expanded seating mod you can put into it, so 2 people can ride a mini bike now if you have the mod.
All the vehicles look
When he
really
said
bad.
monster truck, he was talking about the 4x4. Everybody.
4x4.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is a monster truck. It's way bigger than the old one was.
See?
It's freaking huge.
And you can modify it and have your whole party jump in there
Yeah.
and ride around.
Put the gas can mod on and the front plow and put all the mods on.
It's tenable.
Wait, which is the
Yeah.
gas can mod?
Oh, just do mod. Type in mod.
Mod. We have too many mods.
No,
Everybody
it's not
hates that, right?
You can is it right that it can
There
with a mod you can
there you go. There's the
seat
plow.
you can seat 6 if you have the mod. Is that
armor.
right?
Put the armor on. Put the plow on. Put the expanded seats in. Then maybe the
Seats,
head and the headlights maybe.
Is it
grab
true
all-
that it
grab all
seats
that crap.
seats 6 if you've got the full mods? Is it right?
I
Yeah,
believe so, yes.
Yeah.
It seats 4 by default and then 6 modded.
If you have the mod, you can seat 6, so a party of 6 can ride the wasteland together in this thing. Look at
There
that
you
front
go.
mod.
Oh,
that's
the armor doesn't go onto this, but that
this is
that allows you to run zombies over without your vehicle exploding so fast.
so concept art by
Put the seat in.
James, modeled by Young How. This is and then code a lot of code work and physics by
expanded
Sean.
fuel tank. You'll see gas tanks on the side when you put that one in. You get the expanded fuel tank. Yeah, there you go.
Fuel tank. Okay, hold on.
So there's physical mods that improve it, and you can see a lot of sometimes a model change to it.
There you go.
Once you get a tent for it.
You put that on, and then you'll see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
see?
yeah.
Look
Look at that. That's
gas
awesome.
cans. So you got these gas cans on the side now. Totally
Yeah.
badass. So your upgrade just feels so rewarding now because you have these
So
visual augmentations.
It does plow zombies when you have the plow, so that's like the best way.
I mean, you could plow them anyway, but it does a lot more damage to your truck. But with that plow on it, yeah.
We have to grab a tent that bad baby yellow or something for us, for fun.
I think there's a green tent bug right now. That's why it's green by default.
Oh,
Hopefully-
maybe it is.
The yellow might override. Yeah, try that orange out real quick.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Oh, the green was just installed to it. Okay.
Yeah, the
Cool.
green was just installed.
Drive it around.
Sure.
Nice. When you floor it, like
hold
if
on.
you're looking sideways, you can see the acceleration. It just like squats down and goes. It looks so cool. When you're like passenger and you just kind of like free cam looking around, you see him floor it. It's like the whole ass end squats down, and it feels real. You know, there's just like put a lot of work into.
Physics and gears.
Yeah,
and
just a lot of little stuff, but yeah, it's awesome.
oh, look at
I
that.
need some zombies to run over.
You hit kill all like 80 times.
I know. Here, I'll just spawn some. Let me come back over here and I'll put some in the road. It's not a big deal.
Good idea. Right there.
Wait, was DM not on? I thought it was. Okay. Let's do that. Spawn 25. How about Arlene? That'll be fine.
Picking on our lane.
I know, it happens.
Oh.
Oh, gee.
Ugh. Oh man,
Knocking over light
Oh,
poles.
it's fine. It's fine.
Ah!
No big deal.
Oh.
turn it to nighttime. Turn those badass headlights on.
Okay.
See what that looks like. Get the off-road lights. I noticed that when the brake lights work now too on vehicles. So when you hit the brakes, you can have your tail lights light up and stuff.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, see the tail lights are functional.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, we're fine. See,
Oh
we're fine.
man,
We're
gonna
fine,
blow this
everybody.
damn thing up.
I just wanted to run him over with that back left tire. That was all on purpose.
She just wants to go for a ride. Like, hey, let me in that passenger seat.
That's it.
You got room for Arlene? Lathan's cruising around trying to pick up chicks on a Thursday night.
He pissed her off.
Okay, so how about this?
Smacking on his window.
Let me run him over.
Ran over Lois Griffin.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, turn it back to daytime and show them a mini bike or maybe a motorcycle. Those are both. All of new vehicles look amazing.
I haven't seen the new chopper. I just got the mini bike, but they just checked those in, so. I'm only on the
Okay,
mini
so
bike.
mini bike. Let's do.
There's a seat mod for that to expand
Yeah,
it.
pop
So
the seat mod on. I haven't been able to craft one yet, so.
You want me to show it so you know if you want to use it or not? You're like, oh.
Yeah, there's a little bit of controversy over that seat.
oh,
I think we tuned it down.
Well, it became a lawn chair because some people happen to be too cool for a toilet, so we thought that was kind of fun. But
Oh, okay. So we got rid of the
it's a
toilet
lawn
seat.
chair seat.
It still looks cool though.
It's still hillbilly, if you will, and it's fun.
Makeshift.
So look at that. You got a lawn chair on the back. You can drive around in style. You can.
I think we got custom animations coming for these two. You can see. So each.
Look at that.
It's not
well,
working right yet.
And
hands aren't on the handlebars, but when we get that fixed, it's gonna look great.
And Andres is who came from Hollywood Special Effects has been upgrading a lot of the VFX in the game.
Oh, that's right. Hey, I think they want us to show off a little bit of his explosions. I know that's not on our list, but
yeah, you could get a rocket launcher and put a couple of red barrels or explosive TNTs or something in somewhere. But
is
is
the gyro?
I don't know.
You could do like me and take a minigun to your helicopter.
But
I don't know if
is the
I
gyro
don't know if the
in
gyro.
this?
Was the last one on his list. I'm not sure if it made it in yet. It's going to be in by experimental.
Okay, I mean we can.
But there's a new model that's cool. Oh, look at that! Woo!
Jeez.
Well, and the
Boom.
the block physics too, when you destroy something, are more of a particle effect model that turn into a terrain effect if something gets destroyed. So.
And that 4x4 looks
Did y'all
great.
hear that?
Lathan, what'd you eat for dinner?
my puppy is having problems. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Okay, sorry. For everybody who doesn't know, I have a new Boston Terrier, and yeah, he's a flat face, so of course sometimes he gets that going on. So okay. Anyway, let's continue. Gyrocopter, you want to just try it, even though we don't know if it's
Wait,
the new one?
what's introduce the dog to the family?
Okay, hold on.
What's his name?
His name is Sparky. People have seen him on my stream. Here, hold on a second.
Oh, Sparky.
Sparky, I
We
know
showed
you
our
hate it when
cats
we do
last
this.
stream.
You're like, I'm not a dancing monkey. I don't need to be shown every single time.
Wait,
Oh,
see it,
no.
Lathan.
Wait,
Lathan,
is
we're
his
gonna
name
do it
Sparky?
anyway.
Sparky?
Hey, buddy.
That was my old boss's name,
Hey,
Sparky.
buddy. Oh.
He was the
He's
inspiration
like, I
for
just
Trader
woke
Rex.
up.
Sparky.
Sparky was.
Okay, I
Oh
can't hear
my
you all at
gosh.
the moment, by the way. But,
Figures.
yeah. Okay. You want to go back now?
Nice.
I know.
What a cute dog.
It's not-
Okay.
So we got to get Sparky in the game. His picture, you know.
Or at least a picture on a wall.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Buster
sorry.
looking for
Let's,
loot behind it.
Let's go back.
So, tameable Sparky animals coming to a future
Don't tell
update.
them that. They're gonna actually think you're serious.
Confirmed.
7 days to dog.
7 dogs today.
Oh God. People are recording this right now, going, "Oh my God, we're finally getting it."
We're finally getting it. Tameable dogs.
Oh man. Yep.
You know,
See, pets confirmed.
that's my favorite. That
That's-
is my favorite thing about Fallout 4. You know, dog mate. You know.
Dog meat, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Anyway, what about a gyrocopter? We want to try to show that.
If you got one,
I
otherwise.
want to see the motorcycle, but no, the gyrocopter's fine. Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
do that.
yeah.
But you probably can't fly it, so this will be horrible.
Wait, is that the new one?
Yeah, that's definitely not
it
the
is.
old one. I mean,
It is. Oh, 2-seater. Woo!
Look at that. 2 seats by default.
does it work?
Dang.
I don't know, but
Holy cow.
It will work.
it will work.
It's almost kind of intimidating. Look at that bad boy.
Just a little
So
bit. Look
much
at that front.
It's like
Nice.
World War
That's some
World War
Jetsons.
II nose of an old plane they cut off.
Take that, Fallout.
Uh,
I love Fallout, by the way. You know.
yeah, we're big fans of Fallout, obviously.
Okay, here let's. Should I even try to fly it?
Well, if
hey,
it
I don't
doesn't
know,
work,
does it work?
it will work. It will work by the time experimental ships. It's one of the last ones he's worked on. It's spawnable.
They work. The question is, can Lathan fly it?
Oh well, of course I can fly it, even though I haven't flown one in, 6 months. But I can fly pretty much anything.
I think.
Oh, look at that! Woo!
You're full of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's gonna crash.
yeah,
What could go
Bam!
wrong?
Calm down. We're gonna make it.
Bam!
We're
What
gonna
could
make
go
it.
wrong?
Look,
You
I
can't
wanted to go
fly.
this way.
I'm not
You
playing
can't
co-op.
even-
I'm not
Listen.
getting in with him on that.
Listen, I just
It's-
wanted to go east.
Hell no.
That was the quickest way to turn the thing around.
Mhm.
So look, we're going the right way now.
All right.
Don't you worry
so
about it. Look at us
Boy,
go, everybody.
You can
Smooth flight.
roast me about my gameplay skills, but I don't know. I'm not
I
playing
mean, I
with him
can.
in that.
What happens if you press E?
Oh, I know what E does.
Let's
I know exactly
just
what
try.
that does.
Just wait. Get as high as you can and do it.
Come on, let's do it.
What? So you can see me die? What?
Get out of the chopper.
Look,
Get out of the chopper.
I know that you all don't ever see me die in this game, and so this is the only way you can see it. So that's fine. I can do it if you want. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We can do it. You know what? Here, we're doing it.
Oh!
Oh, he's out of there.
God mode. Oh, underwhelming.
Oh,
Lands like a
Where's
marshmallow.
your ship drops? Oh, okay.
And the chopper lands right by him. Come on, get back in. No damage at all.
It's dog meat following him around.
Oh man.
We have followers now.
That
The helicopter.
was awesome. So
Anyway.
we have a mini. We showed off mini bike. We didn't show the motorcycle. And Joel hasn't seen it yet. It's
You
badass.
haven't even seen it, man.
Well,
Hey,
we had to start a
leave me
new
alone.
build, right? I had one, but it was the old one. But they just now got the new one.
Stop it.
yeah.
It's literally
Wait,
only been
that's
in
not
a
gonna
few
work.
days.
Oh, I
so
need gas.
I'm not gonna.
Hey,
I'm not.
let me
I'm not
get some
gonna
gas.
fit it in.
It's pretty bad. I'm badass. I'd like
yeah.
makes you kind of want to like
Oop, wrong
get a
button.
leather. Go drink some beer and be a Hell's Angel.
Wait, hold on. Oh, let me just-
It's pretty cool.
Okay, never mind. You're interrupting. Okay. Let's see.
Gas.
Yeah, it was locking up for a second. Okay.
There we go.
We're just gonna leave the gyrocopter there.
Wasteland badass. Look at that.
Put the mods on it. It's got like a cool bug shield, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got
Remember,
some.
right,
It's
the
got some,
concepts?
it's got some nice mods. Yeah.
Okay, let me get to the
There's
street
like a,
right
there's like
here.
a like a doesn't have like a spike
Oh yeah, it has a spike front too.
front
That's right.
front piece
Okay.
that protects the bike from damage a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean You know,
That's what it looks
maybe
like, everybody. And then here, I'll put on a couple mods.
diet black or something. I think the black looks cooler than the white.
Oops.
you know, until we
Mods.
until we type up the release notes and kind of like really kind of step back and say, oh, look at all this stuff we've done for a build. We often think, you know, what did we get done? And then when we look at the release notes, it's like it's daunting to see what we've done.
Holy crap! How'd we do all that?
Okay, so a little bit of armor on there.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's where that goes.
Give that-
Yeah, look at that.
Extra chair.
Get that thing at tint too,
Okay. Oops.
or you know,
Nice.
install
Tint it
some
a
more
little
mods.
bit, and we'll
It looks so much better modded out, fully modded.
supercharger.
Uh,
I don't even see where that went, but okay.
It puts a little piece on the engine, if I remember right.
Yep.
It shows
Oh.
something. Freaking sweet. And then headlight maybe.
Yeah, the light I did. Oh wait, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
Light and a tint.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
You even got Manny on there.
What
Yeah.
color you guys want?
Oh, we're getting
Got
ready to
me.
ditch it anyway.
Can we see
Wait.
what red looks? Let's see what red looks like.
Yeah.
Man, that looks so bad. Ass.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. Looks really good. Looks really good.
Who's gonna mess with you when you're on one of those?
That looks amazing.
Especially if your character looks like Manny.
Exactly.
Wait, you're gonna
Oh,
blow it
yeah,
up?
Now he's gonna blow it up. Oh my gosh. No,
Anyway,
it's fine.
it's fine.
It took a rocket up the tailpipe and it's doing good.
Even the oh, look at that explosion! That's awesome. Even the bicycle got an overhaul.
Yep, it did.
Wait, can you ride with two on the bicycle?
No,
Ah,
I've had enough of the bicycle.
Okay.
A while.
I've had
Anyway.
enough.
I don't even want to look at that thing. I was so tired of pedaling it. We finally got the mini bike like yesterday at the end of the day. And it's like, oh, thank God.
Ready.
So, is there something else that we want to show?
Let's see. You know, if you wanted to show the dew collector in person, I don't know if that seemed to be something people.
You can
Yeah.
show them the mods so they get the idea of the new workflow. I mean,
Okay. I mean, that's fine. We can
So
do that.
you start out and it's crafted with primitive materials. I believe like about 4 pipes and 100 and some plastic and one other thing, duct tape or 2, 3, 4 duct tape maybe. And you can start making the murky water right away then. So open that up,
Yep.
Lathan, real quick.
So there's
Yeah.
murky water being
Boom.
made.
So you're making murky water, and then you can get these other mods at the trader, and they're not cheap, but they really improve, you know. So go ahead and click on the mods and put one in. We can talk about each one.
Okay.
So the filter, you can put the filter in first.
Oh look.
The filter is obvious, but you used to need that to craft it. No longer. You can craft it just from basic materials. So you can get water on day one, but it's brown and you don't have to boil it in your cooking pot if you have one. And so you get the filter in, then it starts making clean water, and then you can put the gatherer in.
Okay. Gather.
Or the tarp, whatever you want, Lathan.
Increases the rate of dew collection.
So that one speeds it up significantly, and then the tarp, or no, maybe that one allows you to hold. I think he's got the wrong description.
Okay, no. The tarp is the
So-
one that allows you to hold, so it'll generate more than one at a time, right?
That makes sense to me because
Yeah.
if a bigger tarp, it would be a bigger, like kind of like a reservoir.
Well, anyway, one of them will stack 2 of them in there per slot, so it'll hold 6. It'll collect up to 6 waters. The other one increases how fast it collects, and the purifier makes it blue, clean water.
So you can have early game water that you have to boil still easier, and the output of this thing increases. You can craft it sooner, and you don't have to have like late game. You don't have to have like 3 or 4 of them. Maybe you can get by with 1 or 2.
It depends. You know, if you're in a team and you're doing some dedicated crafting, and we had up to 6 of them running, and it was, you know, finally maybe we have enough water kind of thing. I mean, it's a lot, but there's a lot more demands to crafting now than the earlier alphas. So I would say, one guy could probably get by with 3 just fine if you're not too ambitious. It depends how much looting and trading you do. Like if you perk into trading, you can buy a lot more stuff, and you can just go buy all the water you want almost. I mean, to a degree. So it just depends on your play style, but I tended to have about 3 solo and 6 in a co-op game where we were partnered up.
Cool. So, yeah, is there something else?
So,
a lot of people have been asking for the bicycle since we showed all the other ones.
Yeah, that's fine. We got time.
Yeah, it's cool. Joel's tired of it, but it's a cooler looking bike. It's a better looking bike.
Well, as long as I don't have to ride it anywhere, I'm good. No, actually, the bicycle's a godsend from walking, but it's just like you just you want your progression, and obviously, so getting that first motorized vehicle.
Look at that thing.
Is a huge feather in your cap. But yeah, this looks amazing. They did a great job on it. Everything's really leveled up. The vehicles represent how leveled up the entire game is now, in my opinion. There's a lot of little stuff going on, optimizations and the progression, the traders, the POIs. There's just so much, but it all kind of feels like the bicycle now. The new character system, everything looks so good. The experience has never been so good. I mean, I'm on my 3rd long playthrough and not even beginning to get bored. It's just fun every day.
It is. Definitely. So we're super excited about bringing all this to you guys through experimental, stable 1, and consoles, and having parity with those two with consoles and PC.
That'll be a first time they've ever had the exact, pretty much exact same.
Truly, because originally we diverged code bases with the original console version of the game, which was not.
They had to nerf and cut a lot of things to get it to run on the old consoles too. So
yeah, they did.
Yeah, so this is the first time it's I believe maybe not in 1.0, but is it not true, Rick, that in a future patch they'll be able to both play on the same server?
Well, it already works. Crossplay works. We've been approved for it. How it will eventually ship based on certification with both Microsoft and Sony is another matter. What hoops we have to jump through to pass the certification there.
And that might be a way to get client-side mods onto a console too, if you connect it to a modded PC server. Possibly, no guarantees there, but
it's a good hurdle, just like crossplay is in the first place. It's another level of hurdle beyond just getting it going, where you've got crossplay working, and so that we can bring the dedicated persistent server to the console players, so that they can experience like, oh, what's it like to play with 8, 12, 16 players on a persistent server and jump on every night and have that kind of experience that the PC guys have had, and really one of the bread and butter strengths of 7 days. As far as it's a great co-op game or a single player game anyway, but a lot of the community enjoys that sort of online experience with either people they don't know or a curated experience with their friends where they admin the server themselves. And so we're excited to bring that later this year to everybody. Exactly how it looks, we don't know yet, but we're doing our best to bring that to everybody. But we didn't want to let that feature stop us from bringing a 1.0 that allowed you to play it on consoles with 4-player local networking. And all the features you see, same as 7 days PC.
Actually, something else we should point out, because I know a lot of people in here are streamers. 7 days on console will be the first game with native Twitch integration built in. So
it's true. We're the first game on the planet that will have Twitch integration on PlayStation and
Like
Xbox.
you'll be able to do it directly from the PlayStation and the Xbox. You will not have to do anything special. Just there's a device code flow, and it just works. And we've tested it multiple times. So for those of you streamers out there, yeah.
We didn't talk about that. So that is shipping in this version. So
Mhm.
so if you are a streamer that streams on a PlayStation 5 or Xbox X or S series hardware, you can turn on Twitch integration and stream live to your Twitch audience and have them participate in your game. What's the URL to talk about Twitch? What features? It's what's the web page, Lathan?
7daysdie.com/Twitch. But
Okay.
I don't think we've updated it with anything talking about that specifically. We need to
What
before
exactly?
the release.
But there's a lot of stuff you can do there.
Yeah.
Your audience can join on PC or mobile devices, iPads, etc., and with an interface and interact with the streamer that you're watching, and you can spawn zombies. You can help them. You can put obstacles into the game. It's basically kind of like a live game show, if you will. It's pretty cool.
And I do want to point out, I know that whoa, what? Desktop just popped up out of nowhere. I do want to point out the lion on my screen. No, but what I was gonna say was, yeah,
that
for
was a
some
cool
reason
lion.
I did that. Yeah, I'm trying to scare everybody. Stop lying. Anyway, sorry, I got derailed. What I was gonna say was, you know, I know I fooled a lot of people with it, but there was a stream that we did where we actually were playing from the PlayStation and testing the Twitch integration. So we know it works because we did it here on the stream. I know everybody was very fooled. Everybody knew nothing. They thought it was legit, but it was the console. It's crazy, everybody. So smoke and mirrors. I know.
Secret.
Yeah.
So we got about 13 minutes left, and if there was a question or two that we could field, or if we wanted to show something else like player crates or something again, some of you guys have seen it, some of you maybe haven't. We could do something like that, or show the Demolisher, or alt skin zombies. I don't know, whatever.
I mean, we kind of showed all those things.
So if there's any questions,
we could do a little bit of questions, I would say, if you guys want. We could do a short amount of Q&A, possibly. It is kind of hard because once everybody starts going crazy with the questions, it's hard for us to read them. And we're not going to do it for very long, probably just a little bit. Let's see.
I was trying to think.
I don't know. I mean, do you guys want to just start grabbing questions and answering them?
I'll see if I can freeze frame this a little bit and see any.
Currently, you cannot dye the outfits, but that could come in a future release.
Are the color variants of zombies stronger than others? No, currently they're purely cosmetic alterations. I like how you're thinking there. That I've thought the same thing. Is if we could do some alt skin ones that if the skin could communicate to the player that that's a stronger zombie, that I like that as a design philosophy.
We talked about doing red radiated at one time.
Yeah, no, that would be kind of. We are thinking about adding another level of radiation so you'd have like green and then red to add additional game stages to the game for late game challenges.
Any chance for pets? I mean, we did crack a joke a minute ago about that, but I don't think so.
Out of all the new POIs, it's hard to put a favorite on the POIs. I'm seeing
maybe a skin for the bot.
Yeah.
The junk drone could possibly have a pet-looking skin, like a floating tiger, kitty or dog. But seriously, we don't have any plans for that. But you never know.
Weather system is coming into we're a planned update 1. We're calling it tentatively planned for Q4 this year. And we're talking about a weather gating, weather survival system that environmental survival, if you will, with that. All details will come.
there will not be split screen on the consoles. I thought most of the time I answer people, I'm just telling them, no, you're not getting that. No. I need to be nicer about this.
Who was
still no.
Wrecked is based on, so originally Trader Wreck was this grumpy boss guy that Joel had, and I wrote the first VO for him, and that was kind of based on kind of like, it was like, what character is he? He's always grumpy, Sparky, and Joel has augmented him times 10 with this VO drop.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sparky. He died a long time ago.
So yeah, so PS5, some interesting things about the controller support. Tom, who is tearing it up on in Australia, there has done a lot of improvements to gamepad support for this new version. There's you can control X, Y inertia. There's a little bit of a primitive aim assist when it comes to helping you like focus on certain things in the game. Just a lot of improvements how vehicles work. Just the general UI in itself. So there's we've are there very many screens that actually have what you call a cursor mouse anymore, Lathan? Haven't we almost got rid of almost all those? So there's kind of focus. They're now
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so
they all have focus screens now. So yep.
There's no, for the most part, there is no free mouse when you're using the console controller. When you're using a gamepad, it will snap around and do all sorts of nice things.
It's all left thumbstick D-pad doing a lot of those operations into a focus screens and nice wet conditional prompts displayed where you need to. It's slicker than the original port was in that sense by a long shot. So a lot of work's been done on that to make it more user friendly. It plays good. So it's some mod support is still as strong as it's ever been. We did not restrict any operations that would inhibit mods. So we've kept that we like the games modded. We like that you guys mod the game, and we're looking forward to playing some of the future mods of this game.
And keep in mind, a lot of the times whenever we add new systems, we try to make sure that everything we add is, pretty moddable. Like the challenge system is a good example. I mean, that's set up through XML. I've made it where, modders can add whatever they want to that, make all new tabs and new crazy whatevers with it.
Somebody asked about the challenge system. Do you want to talk about any of the later challenges besides the basic tutorial and homesteading or survival and some of that stuff, Lathan?
Yeah, actually, I guess we could just look at it for a second. I'm still in game. I'm just floating in the air.
Yeah, go ahead and load that up.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Any chance pre-orders? We're not going to do pre-orders, but we are working on getting the games live to look at and wish list on both those formats. Will it be on Game Pass? It's not on Game Pass. We passed on Game Pass for renewal. It could come back to Game Pass. Microsoft is and we're still discussing going on the Game Pass potentially next year.
Okay, so here, I'm going to show this real fast, but this is the challenge system. We've talked about it. Different things that you could do. Most of the first page is like teaching. It replaces the journal system. So the first row, you watched me do it. I did super fast so we could find the trader. But everything on here is kind of different steps that would teach you how to do certain things. From killing animals to all sorts of stuff. The second page are more the long-term kind of, achievement hunter type things, where it's, cure 25 broken legs, or survive a certain amount of time, or complete 10 blood moons, things like that. Kill a certain
The,
amount of animals.
the cool thing about it is that if you've accomplished the feat already, whether you've like killed a number of animals, it gives you credit for it, even if you're not tracking it. You don't have to
Yeah.
redo it over, like if you guys have played maybe Conan Exiles or something where it doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that irritated me in that game. But
Yeah,
not to
well,
talk bad about their game, everybody. We like
no,
Conan Exiles, but
yeah,
I mean
Conan
it.
is.
Yeah.
I played a lot of it.
So
So
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so as far as discounts, we're still navigating discounts. We think it looks like we have a path with some discounts for people that owned the digital version. It's more complicated on the with the retail side, just because of the way their back end works. So stay tuned, more to come on that.
Coffee shop soon? Isn't there like 20 coffee shops in the game?
There's a lot of
How could you have not have found a coffee shop? They're
there's a few of
everywhere.
them, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Zip. There's actually a coffee franchise in the game called Zip Coffee.
Will achievements be reset on 1.0? I think that there's a few new achievements or free refactored achievements, but we have to get approval to make those changes. There were some changes that just fundamentally changed, not too many, but have you considered adding? So if we considered adding any high quality community paid, we've considered that idea, but I think that would be better paired with sort of some kind of creators workshop-y thing where you can load it in. We want to be able to do POI packs that can be loaded in and into a random world and say, hey, force this to load, force this to spawn, and you can load up additional POIs that are either free POI packs or potentially, stuff that is not free post gold. Will the game come out on Nintendo Switch? It is possible to be on Switch, but it's likely it would have to be their cloud version of Switch. Like Hitman was released cloud only. A game could run on Switch in a cloud. Although there's a Switch 2 coming out, rumored, I've read about, that has a lot more horsepower. Maybe it's more like the Xbox S series, hopefully.
Is there a new Direwolf? Yes, we have it. I don't know if it's going to be out in 1.0, but in a future patch for sure. It looks amazing. Very scary.
Yeah, Direwolf is awesome. I can't wait till he's in. He's really more like a zombie wolf. I mean, if you look at him, he's decayed,
yeah,
and
he's definitely undead.
How will cross-pay work? Well, right now it actually does work already, where you could join to a PC or console or dedicated server, and even between them. But we don't have the absolute authority to release that yet. So that's why we're working on that for a holiday patch. And there's a lot of legal things that have to happen, for that digital handshake in that curated environment to join the Wild West of PC.
Will there be tools for the other workstations? I've designed them on paper, but they're not coming in this build. Maybe in a future update.
What is the plan for discerning, improving animation and sounds? Well, the plan is that almost every third person and first person animation in the game has been redone for this alpha with the new character system. The animations look amazing. And the first person hands, you see your gloves, you see your hands, they look amazing. Sound effects, we have another sound engineer that's joined the team, and he's continuing to improve the sounds where we think they are needed.
Will Steam Deck support be added? I thought it already plays on Steam Deck just fine. I was playing on the Steam Deck.
We're one of the top top played, top verified games on Steam Deck already.
Yeah.
Yep. We got the green check mark for Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Compliance. I'm trying to find some more questions. So when we release 1.0, so this is the tentative schedule, subject to some game-breaking bug preventing us from June 21st, Friday, June 21st. We're tentatively planning for Streamer Weekend to happen. Monday, June 24th, we're planning on a public experimental. We're going to work on that public experimental, and right now the target date for stable, and we're hoping to do a simultaneous release for console too, would be Thursday, July 25th, giving us about 4.5 weeks to fix bad bugs and pass certification. So cross our fingers. Our team is working overtime to deliver this.
We're asking about third person in dev mode. No, we're not going to support it yet. We'd like to. We want to kind of get a professional done camera system so you can run around in third person, but that's not coming just yet. So, but it's something we'd really like to do.
Well, 7 days becoming the Game Pass. It was on Game Pass for 2 years. It expired April 26th of this year. We've been talking with them. We could bring it back to Game Pass next year. So
I would just buy it now while the price is still less.
That's true. So with 1.0, that while it's experimental, while it's not officially 1.0, on PC, the price is still early access price, as Joel mentioned. We're raising the price to $44.99 because it's a desert island game that you can play for 100 hours. We've got 12 years of development for our size team. We're close to 60 with an external team in Australia of 10 working on it with us. So we're like really 70 people, and we've put blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of effort in this game, and we're still updating it. So we think it's better than a $59.99 game that you play for 5 hours and put away. I've done that many times and had buyer's remorse over a $60 game.
Or $110 game.
Starfield.
Wow, that was really loud. Sorry, everybody.
I've got 20 hours in it and I gave up on it. I've never done that on a Bethesda game. So I paid $69 or whatever it was to play it early even.
It was like $110, but
Oh, ouch. So yeah, we've all done that, but we think it has the value. What is FPS for console? It runs pretty darn good on console, and we're not gimping the graphics. It has full texture quality.
Yeah.
And draw distance. Will they be dedicated food models? Yeah, the guys are working on some of that kind of stuff. That I think that'll come in a patch. There's been some work done on that.
No, there will not be another sale before we go 1.0.
The sale is
we said it over and over and over and over again.
The sale is that's $24.99 on PC.
A sale is a sale,
Yeah.
even to a scumbag like you.
I mean, we announced it like daily that it was a last chance sale, guys.
There you go, Wrecked. There's Wrecked. Channeling his official Wrecked there.
Hey, you actually wrote that line. It was a good one, though.
You would do a scumbag like you.
Yeah, everybody, we got it. Sorry.
Wigs for the new console version. Well, hairstyles. There's, I don't know, what is there, 20 hairstyles or something like that?
Quite a few. I haven't done an inventory on it, but yeah, there's plenty of hairstyles.
Will there be a
And-
sale for the console? So we're working on getting a discount for people who own the console versions and navigating with both Sony and Microsoft on what we can and cannot do. It's been tricky. It's been complex. We still don't know how it's going to land. Right now, it looks like we'll be able to do a discount for digital owners on those. That's the word. We were hoping for more. We'll they're Hail Mary chance for people who had physical copies to get a discount, but we it's part of just the way the back end works and the fact that Telltale Games published the first version of it and we're a different publisher. Let's see what else we got.
Well, previous worlds that we started work when 1. So even if it did work, you would miss out on all the new stuff that was added. There's new progression. I mean,
they never work. I don't know what you're
yeah.
talking about. They never ever work.
No. I mean, they don't. But I mean, even if you could kind of get it to work, you'd miss out on
encourage. Don't encourage.
No. I'm saying don't. There's no reason to do it.
You're gonna want the new progression, everything, and it would be buggy. There's a million items deleted, and it would be null ref city, I'm sure.
The old betas still should be available. I don't think that's anything we plan on removing.
Well, for Steam, not
For
Microsoft PC or console, as long as Steam allows us a certain amount of hard drive space or cloud space, if you will, for depots, and then the number of depots they support will leave that. So if you have a desire to play, has nostalgia, and you want to go play Alpha 16 or something, yeah, go for it. Can we see a dog do a trick for treats? My dog would do that. I don't know if Lathan's taught his dog anything yet.
My dog, man, he doesn't even like being in front of the camera. He was all like, leave me alone and let me go back to sleep. He wanted to have nothing to do with this. He never does.
Can Jan have her lab coat back?
No. And you're not getting kickstands for bikes, so not happening.
Good. Joel can be the one who's, being the no person. No, you're not getting that or that.
I'm gonna put on my Trader Rect hat. Let him have it.
All right. So, radiation. So, we have a plan for. So the world biome border has actually changed. Sean has put some work into there too. It gives you some kind of padding, gives you a fair warning. It gives you better direction as to like which way is the safe way to go. It's a better system than it used to be. And that said, in our roadmap update, we're planning on a weather survival / environmental survival. And so, yeah, eventually the weather survival in the Raceland will be radiation survival or radiation effect. Yeah, environmental hazard, if you will. It's the same as weather, and as far as we're concerned, we think it's cool. But exactly how
we'll talk more about that in the dev stream for the next release.
Yeah, how it looks, we're still doing internal baiting.
Same thing with the question about the story. We're going to talk about that in the release the dev stream that goes along with that one. We're not going to.
We're making some great progress on the story, though. Like how
we
it's going to
are.
fold, and
but it's not the time for it, everybody. Next dev stream is next Friday. I think we're just going to be playing next Friday.
Yep. Yeah. Unless there's something else to show, I think we're going to do a hands-on cooperative play. So anyway.
Yeah, I think we can probably.
I think we're pretty close to being done here. We've answered a few questions, and we're super excited. Stay tuned. We'll be announcing more on Twitter. We'll be on our social media, locking down experimental, and releasing news going forward.
Okay, well then, yeah. Why don't we? Yeah, let me look real quick and see who. Okay, so everybody, so that's it. Really appreciate everybody being here. I think we're just gonna find someone to raid out, but like we said, next Friday will be the
Yeah.
next stream.
Thanks for joining us. It was fun.
And then
Thanks, everybody.
please stick around for just a minute, and let's see if we can find someone. Let me look at for someone who's playing 7 days right now. Just give me just a moment. Y'all can tell them a fun story about something or other for just a second.
Oh, one last question. Yeah. So the console editions are going to be called 7 Days to Die - console edition, and we're going to delist the legacy version, so to avoid confusion. So before launch, those things will happen. You'll see it on the store. You'll be able to wish list it. All in the works.
Here, let's find. How about? Okay, I got someone. Everybody. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
See you next Friday.
Yeah. So we will see you all later. Bye, everybody.
See you then.
Oh, that's right. You know, I keep forgetting, by the way, we need an ending screen for this because this moment while we're waiting on the raid to happen is very awkward. Anyway, now we're good. Bye, everybody. Bye.